Hello, how is everyone doing? It is your fallen angel, back with another video. Today, we are going over IQ, cognitive ability, specifically. Without further ado, let us begin. IQ is nothing more than cognitive processing power. It measures a person's ability to comprehend complexity. So guys, when we think of IQ, this is what differentiates man from animal. Our ability, or scientifically, the triune brain, particularly the neocortex. The neocortex is what differentiates man from animal. This is what allows us to process things. That is the supercomputer that we have. That allows the memory to remember things. It allows us to process things, to do the plethora of things that we can do on a human scale. People with high IQs are commonly referred to as smart. They are capable of analyzing complex information fast and accurately, doing advanced mathematics, have good memories, and so on. So guys, we know examples of what high IQ is. For the most part, that is the definition, because processing power and using this neocortex is the truth, right? That is how you understand the neocortex to its advantage. People with low IQs are commonly referred to as dumb. Their reading comprehension is below average, and their ability to understand complex information is poor. So for the most part, this comes down to what you learn as a child. So it's essential that when you're young or when you have children, to teach them to use their neocortex, because the cognitive brain is always adapting to new stimuli and to whatever you're putting towards it. So whether it's always reading, whether it's always watching something, whether it's always consuming or creating, you have to always understand that the cognitive brain and the subconscious is always awake and watching. IQ is a ruthlessly good predictor of long-term success, and indeed, it is the single best predictor of income. If there is one advantage you could give a child for succeeding in life, it would be this: give them high IQ. So for the most part, when we think of giving your child high IQ, we want to understand that it is good to be a parent and give them things. It's good to show them the ropes, give them what you didn't have. But at the same time, if you spoon feed them their entire lives, or you allow them to, if you give them every single thing, and they're always, instantly gratified with these things, they will never use their IQ to their full potential, because you will only be feeding into their animalistic desires, right? You'll always just give them what they want, and never will they have the chance to use their IQ to their highest potential, right? So we see that people that usually come from poor backgrounds have more of a grit towards wanting to learn more, because they want to leave a certain area they are, or they want to learn more because they want to do better than the peers around them, right? This competitive behavior comes from the environment they're at. So these silver spoon individuals, often you see that many of the people that come from rich backgrounds, the children often never surpass the father or surpass the people that are in these high positions. Usually they become not as good because they were silver spoon fed the entire life. So it's essential to give them just an oomph of what it's like to use their cognition and neocortex to their advantage. An individual's IQ is partially determined by both genetics and early childhood environment. Tragically, IQ is not changeable once a person has reached adulthood, but if you have a low IQ, there is nothing that can be done to help you, or at least nothing has yet to be discovered. So even though we are saying that at the point when adulthood, when you do have a low IQ, there is not much that you could do to change it, that is up for debate, because we understand that if you get into a trance state, and almost anything can happen with the brain. The brain is a very adaptive thing. It is always adaptive to external stimuli and what you give it, right? So if we put it into a trance state, we can always work with this, right? Whether this be putting it in a trance state or attempting to do something with barbiturates, there's many things you can try to do to increase IQ, because the human brain is very adaptive. That's what we know. Men and women have equal IQs on average. However, male IQ is more variable than female IQ. What this means is that most geniuses are men and most idiots are also men. So for the most part, we understand that women usually have a baseline of IQ, right? They all follow into that same baseline of IQ. And the reason being that they're at this baseline is because they can't propel past a certain level because of the limbic system being in the way. And this is hereditary because this is what is needed to make sure that they're mothers, they're feminine, they're loving, and etc. The limbic system will be in the way. But for most psychopaths, geniuses, and autistic men, the limbic system won't be in the way and the amygdala won't be in the way. They will have a way to process things in a non-emotional way, process things in a sort of narcissistic, Machiavellianist, and psychopathic way, which is also known as the dark triad. So this is also why the IQ can be variable for men, because many men can be complete morons or they can be complete geniuses. So for the most part, guys, this was just a rundown on IQ and cognitive ability. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Also leave a comment down below. Feel free to check us out on Patreon, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. This has been your fallen angel, and I am out.